Hi, everybody. So, welcome to the next episode of Talking Tunes News. And we're trying something a little different today. We have so many trailers to talk about. We are doing a separate episode with just our response to these trailers. And we thought you guys would enjoy that. And so, I'm Rachel, and Jonathan's here.
Hey, glad to be back.
Yeah, thanks so much. So, if you if people follow my channel, they know that I can be a bit harsh on trailers because I think most of them are terrible. So it'll be interesting to see if any of these were able to win me over. So, in general, how do you feel about trailers?
It always depends on the trailer. A lot of them make the movie seem better than it turns out to be.
Oh, see, I feel the reverse.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like so many times I am going into it feeling like the movie's gonna be terrible because the trailers have been terrible,
I do
and
feel
then
that way sometimes, but I feel like that's kind of the minority of times.
oh
I go into movies with my hopes too high.
yeah, it's been a long time since there was a trailer that got me like super pumped. I'm trying to think for an animated trailer. I mean, a lot of them I think are just fine, but I don't know. I think most of them undersell their movie, make them look really lame. And I have a whole video on my channel that you can listen to where I talk about how terrible and the problem with trailers. Okay, so let's start with the new animated holiday classic. Everybody knows that I love Christmas movies. So we have Elliot, the littlest reindeer. And so I think it's great that a bunch of people got paid for their voice acting. So good for them. I feel like I can actually be more forgiving of terrible CGI in animation in movies. Like if the story is decent, like I like most of the Barbie movies, for instance.
hmm
And so I don't really care if the animation isn't the best. If I feel like there's some story there, some heart there, and this just I don't know. It's like I feel like they took everything from the star and then just like made it in the North Pole. Like it just I mean, I don't care about a miniature horse trying to be a reindeer and the reindeers are like bullies and stuff. Like what?
Yeah, this trailer, I I had never even heard of this until I was looking up news to add to our list, and I found this. I was like, what the heck is this? And it sounds like it's going to be like a limited run, so I think they know it's not going to be that good. But I mean, the animation looks fine. It looks decent, but the story and the writing, the lines that these characters were saying were just completely cringeworthy. It looks so bad. I was just shaking my head the whole time. A couple times I laughed out loud at how horrible the dialogue was.
Yeah.
It's so bad looking.
Yeah. I mean, you agree with me that like animation doesn't have to be perfect. It can be,
No,
yeah.
definitely not. I love that old Hoodwinked movie. The animation,
Oh, yeah. Good
but I thought it was hilarious. Like that's one that we still will watch to this day. Like if I'll go visit my cousins, they'll sometimes they'll say, "Oh, we should watch Hoodwinked." The animation is not good in that movie, but the
right.
writing was funny.
Yeah.
So it's like a classic to us anyway. No, the
Yeah.
animation is not everything. Even though I love animation and I love good animation, it's not everything. You need the writing to back it up.
Yeah.
Don't
Agreed.
think the writing is going to back up Elliot, the
Yeah.
littlest reindeer.
Yeah. And in theaters for one day. Mark it on
Ugh.
your calendar right now. I
Oh,
mean, I definitely will be in attendance, that's for sure. Okay, moving on. So we had Spies in Disguise trailer. This is from our friends at Blue Sky. And this was different than I was expecting.
Same.
I didn't realize honestly that they were turning into birds. I had no
I had no idea until I watched the
idea.
trailer.
Yeah, and I thought it was a pretty effective trailer. I kind of wish they weren't turning into birds. I wish that
Yeah.
it was just a spy movie. That would be kind of fun, I think. But I thought it was pretty good. I liked it.
It looks like it'll be decent, and I mean that in both animation and writing. I think it'll be fine. And I probably will go see it, and I'll probably enjoy it. But why are they turning into birds? That
Yeah.
just seems like a weird idea. I was looking forward to it because it was like a spy movie. It was like an animated spy movie. I was like, that sounds like a cool thing that nobody's done before, at least that I know of. Like Mission Impossible, but for kids. And I thought that sounded like a good idea on its own. Why do they need to turn into birds? Whatever. It'll probably be fine. I'll probably go see it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked Blue Sky. I aside from some of the Ice Age sequels, I don't think that they have made a terrible movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think that for the most part, their movies have some ambition. I think they're way better than Illumination,
Their
which is
movies
never.
have ranged from really good to mediocre, and mediocre to me is not something bad. That's just like meh. It, nothing has been like minion level annoying bad. Like, and I don't have anything against minions, but I do find them annoying,
Yeah,
and I don't
super
think there's
annoying.
anything like that from Blue Sky.
I feel like Blue Sky really challenges themselves in ways that I've never seen from Illumination. I've never seen anything from Illumination that is really trying to be artistic, really
Mm-hmm.
trying to be bold. Like something like Epic may be flawed, and particularly the humor does not work in that movie at all. But
Which one?
Epic,
Oh yeah, okay.
but the world building is beautiful. It has a nice heart to it. They're trying to do something interesting and bold, despite its terrible title. Uh, but I don't know. So it's not perfect, but I still enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and of course, the Peanuts movie I absolutely love, and I actually think that their Robots movie is very underrated. Scott Will Smith, hopefully it'll be better than his last animated offering with Shark Tale. Ooh,
I haven't seen that either.
oh
That
man,
looks. I think we might have even owned that one, and I never watched it. I
I
thought it looked
hate
so bad.
I hate it. It's terrible. Anyway, so Spies in Disguise. I mean, I'd give it like a solid B plus, A minus, maybe even, because I thought it was intrigued me. But yeah, I don't know if I love the birds. So yeah, I'll give it a B plus. I'll give it a B
Yeah.
plus for the trailer. Elliot, I would give an F plus.
You're so
uh,
generous giving them that plus.
so all right. So then there's this movie White Snake, and I just barely watched this trailer, and it looked terrible. I thought that the animation looks awful. It looks like a video game. It just
I,
looked awful to me.
I
I'm
thought it looked
not a
fine.
fan.
I'm not. I have no idea what the story is going to be like, but I thought the animation looked fine.
It looked like a video game to me.
I
Uh,
don't think that's necessarily a bad thing because Clone Wars looks like a video game, and I love Clone Wars, so I don't really care if something looks like a video game. But like, I love dragons, so the fact that there's this giant snake dragon in there, I liked that. But I don't know what the story is going to be like. It was in Chinese. I think this is a Chinese movie that's
yeah,
going to be brought over. I'll be interested to see what it sounds like when they have English dub over top.
yeah,
It's like I know everybody's like subs or dubs, and they're like subs is the purest, and I prefer the dubs. Like I have nothing against subs, but like I can't multitask. I have to watch the screen the whole time if they've got subtitles on. So I'll be interested to see who they get to do the English translation.
yeah. I don't know. I just thought the animation, I don't know, it wasn't doing it for me. But but it could be good. The story could be good. It's hard to tell from the trailer really what the story is. I am one of those snobs who prefers subs for the most part, especially particularly with Your Name. I prefer the sub because I think the music is such an important part of that movie. And for me, in the dubbed version, I feel like it sounds like they're rushing to fit the English into the, like it sounds a little bit, I prefer the
Mm.
Japanese in the music. In
Yeah, I
so,
can agree that not all dubs are good. Like I need to watch the sub version of Castle in the Sky because I watched that was one of the first Miyazaki movies I watched, I think. Like maybe
yeah.
Ponyo and then that one. And I thought it was terrible because the voices were so bad. Like
Oh
it was
yeah.
so it annoyed me so much. I don't even remember much of the movie, just that I was annoyed watching it. I think I would probably like it a lot better if I watched the subtitled version.
Yeah. So it just depends. I do think I actually prefer the dubbed of Howl's Moving Castle because it has Billy Crystal, who's funny, and so I enjoy that. And so it does depend, but anyway. So who knows if this will even get a release here?
Mm,
But I guess I just prefer anime that's a little bit more hand drawn
yeah,
than this, whatever it was. Um, okay, next we had the trailer for Secret Life of Pets 2, and we have a new voice actor for Max, I believe was the
yeah.
actor's with Patton Oswald. And speaking of Illumination, I have more of an attachment to the first Secret Life of Pets than most people, I guess, because it was the first time that I ever got to be a guest on Rotoscopers. And so I kind of
Oh,
have a fondness for it for that level. It's not a great movie, but I think it's serviceable. I kind of liked some of the cityscapes, some of the New York, and I thought there were a couple creative sequences. Like I actually enjoyed the whole sausage fantasy sequence.
I
Like
forgot about that scene. I thought you were going to say the sewer scenes. I
no,
totally forgot about the sausage scene. Yeah, that was really weird.
it was really weird, but I don't know, I guess I kind of dug it because it was really weird. And the rest of the movie is pretty pedestrian. But I think The Secret Life of Pets is still probably the second best Illumination movie. I think Sing is their best movie they've ever done. I'm not
Oh
saying
yeah,
it's,
totally agree.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not
I'm on the
saying,
same page for both of those.
yeah.
Thing is my favorite. Secret Life of Pets is my second favorite.
So, what do you think of this trailer?
I liked it, but it's the same characters, and I like these characters, so I don't think there's much they could do to make me not like it. Because I like the pets angle, like seeing what the pets are doing without the people. And I know it was more like it wasn't the same as what the trailer was the first time. Because
Yeah,
when the trailer came out the first time, I thought it was going to be like glimpses into the lives of these pets as they like went crazy alone, and then it was like this big team up movie with a pet based caper, which was fine. But I like the parts where the pets are just being pets by themselves. I really like
yeah.
that, and they can be really weird and whatever in the middle of the movie, but at the end of the day, that's what I like about it. And I'm excited to see more of that. I'm sure there's going to be like a caper thing in the middle of it, but either way, I like these characters and I'm happy to see them again.
Yeah, I do too. And I particularly liked the two cats, the one that's in love with Max. I forget what her name was, but she was funny. And I
Yeah.
thought that Chloe was funny. They
I
were
liked
probably
the
my
new cats
favorite.
in this trailer too, the crazy ones
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
vet's office.
So it has potential. Are you fine with the changeover, the voice
Oh yeah, I
changeover?
like Patton Oswalt. I
Yeah.
I I wasn't a big Louis C.K. fan anyways, and I was less so after I found out the stuff he was doing.
Uh-huh.
So I'm glad they gave him the boot and gave a much better voice actor the role.
Yeah. I give this trailer I give it like a B plus. It was fine. And then we have Mowgli Legend of the Jungle. And if I was just going off of trailers, I think it looks pretty interesting and I'd be curious to see a new take on it. But I am nervous because I guess it's going to be in theaters for like a small theatrical run, limited in certain cities and stuff.
Hmm.
But the fact that they just sold it to, I think they sold it to Netflix for like $4 million, which this movie it's had to have cost at least $130 million, at least, for all the CGI and all the special, all the special effects and the cast and everything. I don't know. I'm worried about it.
Yeah, I
they're
have
gonna
no idea
take
what
a
was going on there.
they're gonna take
But
a huge bath on it, and so, but just as a trailer, I think it looks interesting. I'm the kind of person that I like seeing the same story but told from different perspectives. I think
oh
that's
yeah, me
really
too.
interesting. Like one year for Christmas, I reviewed like 33 versions of Christmas Carol,
Hmm.
and to me that was really interesting. Some people would be like, "Oh, I'm bored out of my mind," but
I have an entire series dedicated to Alice in Wonderland
yeah,
on my
yeah,
YouTube channel,
yeah.
so I'm on the same page.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see, what things have different takes and what things they
Yeah.
include, don't include. So for me, I'm very intrigued to see the movie. I just
Hmm.
worry that it's not good because I just can't understand why they wouldn't give it more of a release if they had any faith in it.
I'm willing to keep an open mind because I do like the look of this trailer, but I'm kind of with all the stuff that I know about it, it kind of makes me wonder if this isn't one of those trailers where my hopes will be up too high when I go into the movie. So we'll see. I really like the look of the trailer. I really like the fact that they're focusing on the culture too, rather than just
Uh-huh.
the animals. So I don't know. We'll see. I hope it'll be good.
Yeah. My expectations are definitely going to be very low because I just can't figure out why they would make this choice. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I give the trailer itself a B plus, but the movie anticipation wise, I don't know. It's like C minus. I don't know. So then we have Ugly Dolls. And I had never heard of Ugly Dolls. I didn't even know about this movie. I'd never heard of an ugly doll before as a thing. And so I watched it and I'm like, what is this? This is weird. But then they started singing and I'm like, yes, this is great.
Yeah.
And so honestly, I feel like this will be Trolls, but actually good. And Trolls, I was actually on that podcast also for rotoscopers. And so maybe I have a little bit of a nostalgia kind of with it, but it doesn't really work for me. And but Ugly Dolls, I'm like, this has original songs which Trolls didn't have. It
Hmm.
looks like the story is going to be a little bit better and it has a similar aesthetic. So I don't know, I was pleasantly surprised by this trailer.
I went into this trailer rolling my eyes like, oh, what is this terrible thing going to be? And I was blown away. Like if I had been expecting something good, I probably wouldn't have been blown away. But I went in and I was blown away by how much I found myself liking this trailer. Like it looks like it's going to be really good, and the music is like that's the biggest thing for me. It sounds so good.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I'm
me too.
I'm really excited for this one, and I did not expect that.
I mean, me too. I'm exactly on the same page. When they start singing and they've got like a pretty talented group of singers, there have been terrible animated musicals, of course, but most of the terrible ones, at least recently, have been jukebox musicals, and this
Hmm.
is this is original songs. So, I mean, I guess Smallfoot was kind of a musical, but that was weird.
It was
Uh,
sort of half musical, half not musical.
yeah, it
It's
was
like they
weird.
couldn't decide what they wanted it to be.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I would give this trailer just because it really did intrigue me and surprise me. So I'd give it like an A minus. It was really really solid. Did its job of
Yeah.
what I was trying to do. Okay, next we have the missing link, and this is from Leica. And I don't understand what is the thing right now with stop motion with them making characters with pig noses. I don't like it. I didn't like it in Early Man. I don't like it here. I don't like when characters have pig noses unless they're pigs. So that was my main problem with this movie. I did not like the character design, and it's going to take me a little bit to adjust, but it looks fun. I mean, it looks very different. It doesn't have any sort of the darkness of your typical like a film. It sort of almost looked more like a Aardman film.
Yeah, it does kind of have a more Aardman feel to it.
Yeah.
Going back to the pig nose thing, I didn't really interpret his nose as a pig nose. I was thinking it more like a baboon because I thought he looked more like a baboon than anything.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, it's like squished up against his face, and
Yeah, but
it look
there's a lot of monkeys and apes that have that kind of look, so it didn't bother me at all.
maybe I just have to get used to it. But yeah, that's what my thought was like. Oh, why do they keep having these pig noses in these movies? It looks so weird to me. But I don't know much about gorillas or whatever.
Yeah, well, I thought it was fine. I guess I can understand that because I didn't really think about it like that, but I guess they did have that in Early Man, so but it didn't bother me there, so it
Yeah,
must be just a you thing.
yeah. So I didn't love the character design, but it looks cute enough.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm really excited for this one. I've liked it when I first heard that Zach Galifianakis was going to be in it, and just this first trailer, I thought it looked great. And I like him as the missing link. I like all the other characters. I like where it looks like the story is going. Like it looks like they're going to find Yetis too, which I was
yeah,
not expecting. Yeah, it looks charming, and I'm really excited for this one.
yeah. I mean, if you want to see a hidden gem, you should check out the Son of Bigfoot. It looks like it's going to be terrible, but it was actually, I thought, really sweet and really had good music. It was a good message. I really enjoyed it, and way more than I ever thought I would. It was on, I don't know if it was on Netflix or something like that. Anyway, I was like, oh, let's give it a shot. And then I was like, wow, this is really good. Who knew?
I kind of
So
want to do, if I ever get in my own podcast up and off the ground, I kind of want to do an episode where I go and watch all of the recent Bigfoot movies.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
there's so many of them.
I know.
Like, why is Bigfoot such a thing nowadays? But I want to watch them all and see like which is the best Bigfoot movie.
Yeah, Bigfoot and like Yeti movies is like the thing right now.
Yeah,
It's very
I don't
weird.
know. It's a weird trend. I'm not against it because I've always liked the idea, but it just seems like a weird thing to have everybody's making their own Bigfoot and Yeti movie.
Yeah, yeah, it's very strange. So yeah, I would give this trailer like a B minus just because I didn't like the character designs and I have to work up for them. But it's Leica. I love Leica, so I'll probably like the movie.
Yeah, I think it looks great. I would give it an A, definitely.
Cool. Okay, then we had a new trailer for Mirai. This is by director Mamoru Hosada, and this was a great trailer. It looks so beautiful. It looks like it's going to be an interesting. I love time travel stories, so already they got me there. I'm really excited to see it. I think it looks great.
Yeah, me too, especially after this last English trailer. I'm not usually like completely on board for any animated film unless it's Miyazaki from like the first trailer. They all
Uh-huh.
look good, but there was something about this one like I could tell more what the story was, and I don't know if that's because they explained it more or if it's because it was English and I just picked up more things. I don't know, but there's something about this trailer that just it got me, and I was like, I need to see this movie. I'm going to do my very best to get over to the city and see this when it comes out because it looks so good. Like I really like time travel stories too. Like it's one of my favorite science fiction tropes, and I think it looks great and interesting too. Like they're going to see their past family members. It looks so good. I'm really excited about this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited too. And just the is an interesting idea, the idea of a child running into the future version of his sister that he's having a hard time accepting her as his new sister. Just interesting. It's good. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the World of Tomorrow the Don Hertzfeldt short. Uh,
Oh, okay.
yeah, with Emily, yeah.
Oh, that's a weird connection I never made.
Leave it to me. I always make the weird connections. But I would give this like an A. I really enjoyed it. I'm very excited
Yeah,
for the movie.
yeah.
So good job. So we have a new series from the creators of Legend of Korra that we got a preview for. This is called Koji, and it is a fantasy series, follows a lightning powered young boy named Koji as he races a giant blue cat with ice powers across a fantastical planet. This is the preview. It looked really interesting. Normally not a big fantasy person, but it looked pretty fun.
I'm really excited about this. This is like right up my alley. This is like weird sci-fi, and this sort of looks like a combination of like Avatar and that old Thundercats. Not the old Thundercats, but like the Thundercats that was like in 2011. I don't know if you ever saw
Uh-huh.
that one. I loved that series. I was upset that they canceled that. So this looks like kind of a combination of the two series, and I think that's a great idea. I love there's so much going on in this series. Like this world looks like it has enormous potential for story. Like all the weird little creatures that are in this, the characters, and then robots show up on top of everything else. It looks completely packed with imaginative ideas, and I'm really excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun for sure. Yeah, so I am very curious to see what they end up doing with it.
Yeah, it looks so unique. It looks so good. I love weird creatures. Like I've said many times, just anything where there's like weird creatures and a ton of imagination, I'm all in. And this
Uh,
looks like it's going to be good. As long as the writing can hold up to the design of everything, this looks great.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay. So last two, these premiered today, and this is being recorded on Monday, the 12th of November. So we have Detective Pikachu movie, and this project was just like, what is going on? When I heard it, I was reported, I was just confused, and then the trailer comes out, and I'm like, you know what? It looks pretty fun. It looks pretty decent. I don't know. I liked even the look of Pikachu. It worked for me. And I think it's going to be kind of refreshing and kind of different. And I don't think you're going to need to know much about Pokemon to enjoy it. I don't know. What did you think of it?
I really liked the look of it. I didn't really know what to expect. When I first heard about it, I was like, that is a weird idea. Why are they doing Detective Pikachu? They could do a story about like a kid going on a Pokemon journey, like in the anime or the games. But apparently, there's a game called Detective Pikachu. I don't really know. I'm not like a huge Pokemon fan. I've played a couple games, and I do like the idea of Pokemon. It does seem kind of weird to have the Pokemon talk, but I like the fact that only one person can hear him. It makes it seem less weird since the rest of them are still like animals. But like the animation looks good, the character design looks good, and the characters, they don't look creepy. Like there was when it was first announced that it was going to be like a live action hybrid, people were putting up images of, there's an artist who does supposedly realistic looking Pokemon, and the Pokemon that he draws end up looking horrifyingly hideous. Like they're super realistic looking, but they look horrible.
Uh-huh.
So people were putting those pictures up and like, is this what the movie's going to look like? But this does not look like that. This looks realistic, but it still feels like the cartoon. Like they're still adorable. I think they've done a great job with the look of the world they're building. I'm excited to see the movie.
Me too. I thought it looked very surprising. And honestly, I'm not as sold on Ryan Reynolds as a lot of people are. I haven't seen Deadpool. I know that's amazing, but I don't know. He's been in a lot of terrible movies. I don't know. I'm just not as in love with him as some people are. But the trailer was really good. They did a really good job. So the movie, we'll see how it is. But they turned me into very, very curious to even excited about it. So go
Yeah.
figure. Yeah. I mean, I would give it an A plus. It's just as far as like my opinion of the movie before I started watching it and how I felt after. Like that's what a trailer's supposed to do. Whereas a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times I watch a trailer and I'm like, ugh, ugh. And then I end up like, oh, okay, it was good. So speaking of a not as good trailer,
I
uh,
wondered how you would feel about this one.
so we have a teaser for Toy Story 4, and it's Joni Mitchell, who I love. Her music, both sides, one of the best songs ever. And you see all the characters from, of course, our Toy Story. And then all of a sudden, there's Forky, which has like a fidget spinner at the bottom, and then there's a spork, and then it has uh
Those are pipe cleaners, or if you are artistic, like my cousin who creates actual little animals out of these things and they look amazing, they're called Chanel stems.
oh
If in the craft world.
oh, for real? Is that real or just
Oh,
her?
that's real. That's what they're called.
Oh my
But like
gosh,
everybody
that's
knows
so
them as pipe
funny.
cleaners. She makes like actual little characters out of them. She'll make like not quite realistic animals, but like it could pass for like a tiny little teddy bear or something. And because they're fluffy and she winds the wire so tightly, they look
Huh,
really impressive.
cool. That's cool. So I'm not a fan of Forky. I looked it's terrible, and I thought it was supposed to be a love story. What is going on with
I'm
Forky?
I think that the love story thing may have been scrapped because we haven't heard anything on that angle for a long time. Like the whole John Lasseter situation caused a lot of things to go down, and I think Toy Story was one of the things that was affected by that because, as far as I know, Rashida Jones was supposed to be writing and directing, or maybe writing or directing. I don't know, one or the other or both, and she left a long time ago because of him. So I think that the love story angle may have been part of her script.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, I could be
yeah,
wrong, but I'm pretty sure that because she left, the story was affected. So I'm wondering if that maybe has been done away with. I don't know. But like the Forky thing confused me. Like, what is this? Where did this thing come from? I'm
yeah.
wondering, kind of, because Forky is not a toy and Forky is still talking, I'm kind of wondering if they're going for an angle of like what makes a toy and when does a toy become sentient? Because Forky is a fork and forks should not speak, but Forky is speaking and he's with all the toys. So maybe because I'm thinking that Bonnie probably created him, and I'm wondering if maybe like her love made him real and gave him life or something. And I'm wondering if that's the story behind Forky. I don't know. I'm curious to find out, but I'm very confused.
Yeah, equally so. I agree. I mean, I will always give the benefit of the doubt to Pixar.
Yeah,
They
definitely.
make good movies, and usually their trailers are not great. And yeah, I mean, I probably will like it just fine, but I guess, and I was actually, I love romances. So I was actually looking forward to that. So that was maybe a little disappointment as well. But yeah, I don't know. It just felt like what is going on? So I don't know. I didn't really like this trailer, even though I love Joni Mitchell.
I
Uh,
liked the music. Like aside from being confused by Forky, I
yeah,
did like the trailer. Like
yeah,
I liked the fact that it was another, like Pixar hasn't really done one of its, like years ago they used to do trailers like that were made specifically to be trailers. They weren't cut out of footage from the movies. They were the characters just doing something random just to get you excited that there was a movie coming. And I think that's what
yeah,
this is. I don't think this is from the movie. And I liked that they did that again.
yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, no, I love. I mean, I generally think that Both Sides Now is one of the best songs like ever written. I love Joni Mitchell. So yeah, no, I absolutely love the music. So
The first half of this trailer was great. Then Forky came along and confused me.
yeah, it's like Forky. Yeah, and do we recognize the voice of Forky? Did you recognize?
Tony Hale is the voice of Forky.
Oh, okay, good. I really like him. He's a good voice actor, so we'll see. Like I said, usually their trailers are not good and they make good movies. So hopefully that'll be the case. But as far as this trailer, I know it's just a teaser. But I don't know, I give it like a D. I didn't like it.
I don't know that I'd be that harsh on it. I mean, I would give him like a C plus.
A D plus for give it a plus for Joni Mitchell. Okay, so there you go. That is all of the trailers. Let us know if you are listening, which ones were your favorite, if you checked them out, which ones you didn't like. Maybe you're a secret champion for Elliot the Littlest Reindeer. Let us know in the comments section or on Twitter. That would be really fun. And what you thought of some of these other ones, we would be very curious. So this has been really fun. And if you'd like us to do this more, let us know. This could be a fun thing. So, uh,
Yeah, I really liked doing this. I liked that we had just the trailers as
yeah,
a one single podcast.
me
I wouldn't
too.
mind doing it this way all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, me too. Yeah, let us know what you think. And thanks so much, Jonathan. This was really fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Like I said, I really like doing this.
Yeah. So, how can people find you?
I'm all over social media. Well, the main social media, so I don't do things like Snapchat, but whatever. I'm at John J. North. Like, if you have a social media, look for me at John J. North, and you might find me.
Great.
And then my YouTube channel, I Heart Animation.
Great. Yeah, check that out. And you can find me at Rachel's Reviews on iTunes and on YouTube and all over. So check that out. And thanks so much. And we'll have another episode this week on all the animation news. So look for that.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.